Hey guys, it's Jess. Welcome back. I'm doing a story time video because you guys seem to like it and it was requested, and here I am, so keep watching if you want to find out what's going on in my world. Was when I was back in high school. In Australia we say high school, we don't say freshman, junior, yada yada. I was in year 9, so I was approximately 16. Yeah, I think I was 16 because I left in year 9, so I was 16 years old. And through high school, I'd been bullied severely. Anyway, that week, it was a shit week at school. The teachers won't do anything to stop the bullying. It was meant to have been a well-known school, even though it was a public school. I didn't go to any private school. But not with the classes that I was in, because I was in the mainstream bit. Like, there was different levels, and I was in mainstream. But anyway, this week I'd had a terrible week of school, and I was in the locker bay area getting my books for the next class, and I knew that the bell was about to ring. Anyway, back then I was not shy, but I didn't know how to stand up for myself. I let the bullies get away with a lot, basically. I don't know. Anyway, this one kid, he was an asshole of a kid, and he'd cornered me, like me up against my shoulders, up against the wall. It was a brick wall, and he goes, like, he starts punching me. So I'm like trying to fend off this attacker. I think he was a year up from me, so he might have been 17, and he was a bit bigger than me. Anyway, the area had started to disperse, like they were all going to class and no one was sticking up for me. And what happened next kind of shocked me. Basically, he was like fully going at it, like I was in pain. He was pulling at my hair, he was like full on, punching me. He whacked my head against the locker and they hurt because they were made of like metal. Anyway, he had me kind of in like the corner, where the lockers are. He goes, I'm going to rape you and you're going to take it like the little bitch that you are. So something went like that in the back of my mind, like something snapped, and I'm like, oh hell no. Like, at 16 I was still a virgin. I'd never had a boyfriend. I only had a couple of friends at that stage. I turned into like the Hulk. Literally, like I turned into this other thing. All of a sudden I felt like I had strength that I never even knew that I had. I kneed him in the balls to get him first off away from me, and then I shoved him in the nose. So that was the first punch I'd ever swung, and I was pretty like shocked because punching, like, obviously I don't know how to punch. I think that's the wrong way. I don't know. But it actually hurts your hand. So I was a bit in shock because he reeled back. He lost his balance and fell over, hit his head and blacked out. So I was like, fuck. Now what do I do? Anyway, I go and get the teacher that was still in the homeroom because every morning we had to go to homeroom meeting. Anyway, she was there. I'm like, one of the students is blacked out. Can you come and help? I didn't really want to go into it as to why he was blacked out, so I said nothing. Anyway, he's coming to, and he mumbles, this bitch punched me. And she looks at me like, okay, this is new to me. And he went to first aid. Later on that day, I was called to the principal's office. He goes, so I've heard that you've been starting fights. I was flabbergasted. Like, they knew I had been harassed by students constantly all through that year, let alone that week. Like, surely they could understand that something had snapped. Like, you can only take enough of punishment, all at once. It was just too much. And I just sat there. He's like, well, if you're not going to say anything, I'm going to have to suspend you. So not only was I suspended, The guy didn't actually get punished whatsoever. But funnily enough, after that, I got some cred to my name for, you know, punching him, because everyone was wondering who punched you, who knocked you out, yada yada. And they obviously connected the two because my hand was bruised and his nose was bruised, and they knew that we'd been fighting, or he'd been fighting me all through the week. So that's my story time video. I hope you like it. Give it a thumbs up. Follow me on social media if you want more story time videos, or how to deal with bullies, that kind of thing. Please comment down below. Would love to hear from you all, and I shall see you all soon in my next video. Mwah!